Good morning. Yeah, you must have all gone to the previous online session on the leaf where you learned the structure of the leaf and the types of leaf. Now we will continue further with the functions of leaf and modifications of leaf. Now the main functions of leaf are three: photosynthesis, that is to make food by the leaf in the presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide, water that happens in the green parts of the plant, that is leaf and young stems, because they have chlorophyll, a green pigment. Roots cannot do photosynthesis as they do not have chlorophyll, plus sunlight doesn't reaches them. Then the second important function which leaves do is respire, and that is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide like us only, as well as for photosynthesis also they do exchange of gases. Then the last function of leaves, main function of leaf is transpiration, where the plant leaves give out excess water as water vapor through tiny pores in the leaf called as stomata. This process helps the plant to cool in hot summers, especially high temperatures, as well as it causes upward flow of water. Then besides these three main functions, leaf can do some other functions also if it gets modified. Means there is a change in the shape of the leaf. So modifications of leaf is there to store food. Some leaves become thick, fleshy. They store food. Like you must have eaten spinach. In Hindi you call it as palak, cabbage, and there are many other leaves which we eat. So they store food. They are modified to store food. Here I have spinach leaves which store food. Then leaves can protect also the underlying soft fleshy tissue, as in ginger. You can see a ginger up here. Ginger has scale leaves which protect the underlying tissues. Then leaves can also be modified to conserve water and to protect the plant from grazing animals. Here I have a cactus. You can see the leaves have turned into spines so that they do not do transpiration and lose water. Plus these spines protect the cactus from being eaten by animals. Then leaves can be modified to trap insects like pitcher plant, bladderwort. These plants trap insects because they grow in conditions where protein or nitrogen is not available. They cannot make proteins as the soil is nitrogen deficient, lacks nitrogen. So they trap insects to fulfill their requirement of nitrogen. Lastly, leaves can also be modified to reproduce, as in begonia and bryophyllum plants. These leaves are thick and their edges develop new plants which can be transplanted and they form new generation of plants. So this way, today I have a video for you which you can watch and study all these extracts in that video.
If you look around, you would find many kinds of leaves. Some leaves are small, for example the acacia leaves, and some leaves are big, for example the banana leaf. Not just the size, even the shapes are different, like the long and thin leaf in the grass, needle-like shape in the pine, circular shape in the water lily, etc. Some leaves have smooth edges like in the banana and others such as in the oak have jagged edges. So there are many varieties of leaves, but the basic structure of all the leaves is the same. A leaf rises from the node of the stem. The part of the leaf which is attached to the stem is the petiole. Each leaf has a broad flat surface which is generally green in color. It is called the leaf blade or the lamina. Look carefully, you would find patterns of line on the lamina. These lines on the lamina of the leaf are called the veins. Observe carefully, there is a thickest vein in the middle of the leaf. It is called the midrib. The veins act as a pipeline which carries the water, minerals and the food up and down the leaf. You know, one can tell what kind of a root a plant has by just looking at the leaf. Surprised? Let us see. The veins in the plant with the fibrous roots are parallel to each other on both the sides of the midrib. Like here we see on the banana leaf. The arrangement of veins on a leaf is called the leaf venation. And when the veins on the either side of the midrib are parallel to each other, we call it parallel venation. Like here in the case of banana leaf. In the plants with the taproot system, the veins form a net-like design on the both sides of the midrib. This type of venation is called the reticulate venation. For example, the hibiscus leaf has the reticulate venation. So we can say the hibiscus has the taproot system. What are the functions of a leaf? Let us see. We all know that the main function of leaf is to make food. Hence, it is called the kitchen of the plant. The leaves are green because they have a green pigment called the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll traps the sunlight and the plant produces the food which is glucose using carbon dioxide, water and the trapped energy of the sunlight. This process of making the food which is glucose is called photosynthesis. You know, the photosynthesis is the main source of oxygen on the earth. Besides making food, the leaves perform some other tasks too. The leaves are full of tiny openings which are called stomata. The stomata are used to exchange gases with the environment, like absorbing the carbon dioxide and releasing the oxygen gas. The plants also release water vapor by the transpiration process through the stomata. The transpiration helps the plants to cool down. There is another advantage of transpiration. You know, when the leaves lose water during the transpiration, the roots absorb the water to make up for it and the minerals comes into the plants along with the water. This upward pull for the transportation of water and the minerals along with it is caused by the transpiration process. The transpiration also helps in the water cycle of the nature by increasing humidity in the nature, which causes the rain later. Apart from these tasks, in some plants, the leaves perform some special tasks. Let us see what they are. In certain plants such as cabbage, spinach, lettuce, etc., the leaves store the food. In certain plants like the pea, grapes, etc., the leaf turns into thread-like tendrils. The plants coil the tendril, which is the modified leaf, around a support to climb on it. The cactus plant grows in the desert. The leaf of the cactus plant are reduced to spines so that the plant doesn't lose water during the transpiration. The spines also protect the plant from grazing animals. Now the question is, who makes the food? Well, It's the green fleshy stem which makes the food in the case of cactus plant. The needle-like leaf modification is seen in the plants like the pines, fir, spruce, etc. The leaves or the needles of these trees are kept all the year long. These leaves do not freeze in the ice-cold winters and can manufacture food even in the winter without losing much water. You know, there are certain plants which eat insects and they are called insectivorous plants. For example, the Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, etc. Here, the leaves are modified to set the trap for insects. In case of the Venus flytrap, the lamina of the leaf is divided into two parts which join at the midrib. The midrib acts like a hinge. So when the insect sits on the leaf, the two parts of the lamina fold at the midrib and come together to trap the insect. The pitcher plant is another insectivorous plant, and the leaves in the case of pitcher plant are modified to form tube-like structures with hair, and this is used to trap insects.
Hope you must have enjoyed the video and studied all the things which I have explained to you in the beginning. Now there is a worksheet to be done based on the things which I have explained to you in the two modules, module 1 and module 2, and later on you will get some question answers and exercises that you will solve in your biology notebooks. Biology notebooks you are going to make one side blank, the other side ruled, and in that you are going to do your fair work. That's all. Have a good day. God bless you.